Take your time. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, everybody, please stand just for another second. I'd like to just have, sorry about that. I'd like to have a moment of silence for Diane Ospina. She was the young lady who lost her life with the storm last week. Thank you very much. Okay, roll call, please.
Mayor Mikolajczyk.
Here.
Council President Conahan.
Here.
Councilman Corn.
Present.
Councilman DeSenza.
Present.
Councilman DeCino. Here. Councilman Doty.
Here.
Councilman Griggs. Administrator Laplace.
Here.
And Attorney Corsini.
Here. Okay. It's Pillars time, and we have a good one tonight. Actually, they're all good, and we're very proud. Tonight, Mike, come on, give me a hand. Jim Benson. Come on. Now, mind you, we're not expecting a badness as we're expecting 5 minutes or less. We don't want to get too carried away.
Your elocution, John.
I think it should be very true, and I'll tell you why.
No, you don't have to tell me why. But anyway, you can stand right here. You know, we're very proud of the Pillars program because we think it recognizes, you know, a lot of the people who are basically the pillar and the foundation of what makes Middlesex the great place that it really is. And although we have some representatives of the police department here, one of the things that the Pillars represents is people that actually volunteer tons of time. And, you know, even though you have a short tenure of 42 years with the library, you know, we decided to let you slide and get you in here anyway. But, oh, good, I hope so too. All right, Mike, ready?
Okay. Whereas the governing body of the Borough of Middlesex recognizes that in order for a community to thrive and succeed, they must rely on the service and support of its residents. Whereas the wisdom, history, commitment, and passion that so many of our residents exhibit and extend to their neighbors in the borough make them the pillars of our community. Whereas it is in the spirit that Mayor Mikolajczyk would like to honor and recognize individuals throughout the community who have made exceptional contributions to the Borough of Middlesex. Whereas James Benson was appointed as a member of the Middlesex Library Board of Trustees over 42 years ago, of which he has been serving as president of the board for 24 years. And whereas in addition to volunteering many years on the Library Board of Trustees, James Benson had volunteered his time as a member of the 100th Anniversary Committee, volunteer of the Rescue Squad from 1969 to 1973, and member of the Community Education Advisory Board from 2020 to 2022. And whereas James Benson was a vital member of the Emergency Services Unit Commanders Committee for 15 years, Middlesex Ethics Board member for 4 years, and Economic Development Committee for 4 years, all of which he served as chairman. And whereas James Benson not only served the community through his activities on various committees and boards, but also spent his time helping shape the future members of the community in conjunction with the Recreation Center by coaching girls softball from 1992 to 1996. And whereas James Benson has displayed exemplary service and dedication to the municipality by integrating himself within the borough as a vital part of the community, and now, therefore, John Mikolajczyk, Mayor of the Borough of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, along with the Middlesex Borough Council, and on behalf of all the residents of Middlesex, wish to thank James Benson for all his dedication, sacrifice, and labor to our community. Congratulations.
Come on, family. guys have the shots? All right. Don't leave. All right?
I'm going anywhere.
We have son Alexander. Are you out here? Where'd you go? Oh, there he is. Alexander is the chief of staff from Michelle, Massachusetts. She's our assembly. All right? And we talk quite a bit going back a month. We talk back and forth. She always likes to recognize people that are doing exemplary things. And she actually wanted to be part of the pillars last time, and she wanted to be, because she could make last meeting, but she couldn't make this one because she's away. But we have a General Assembly citation made out to you. All right? You would be so kind as to read it.
So citation of the General Assembly of the State of New Jersey. Commendations and praise are extended to James Benson by the citizenry of the 21st New Jersey Legislative District through their elected representatives for his lifetime of service and unyielding dedication to the Borough of Middlesex, particularly his more than 4 decades on the Library Board of Trustees and additional service to the Middlesex Rescue Squad, Ethics Board, Economic Development Committee, and as a softball coach with Middlesex Recreation. For these and more, he is rightfully being honored as one of the pillars of Middlesex. Signed July 15th, Senator John Bramnick, Assemblywoman Nancy Munoz, and Assemblywoman Michelle Massachusetts. Congratulations.
All right. That's okay. We actually have another one here. And we're just going to throw it out. Beverly,
Can you come up or?
guess what? Yes, you. We have another General Assembly citation. And Alexander, we're going to have one for all the pillars, correct?
Correct. We're working on backdating them.
We're going to be backdating them, so, and I know we have a few pillars members sitting out here, but they're coming. We think it's important that you guys recognize, you know, from a higher level than here, for all the efforts that you guys did. We're very proud of you.
Michael, do you want to get a picture? I had nothing to do with it. All right, again, the State of New Jersey, General Assembly citation, commendation and praise are extended to Beverly D. Weber, the citizenry of the 21st New Jersey Legislative District, through their elected representatives, for a lifetime of service and unyielding dedication to the Borough of Middlesex, particularly her more than 4 decades on the Library Board of Trustees, as well as work with the Recycling Committee. For this and more, she is rightfully being honored as one of the pillars of Middlesex. Again, signed by John Bramnick, Senator, Nancy Munoz, Assemblywoman, and Michelle
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Thank you.
Took me a while to get that one right. Good. Jim? Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor.
I'm going to sit down for this. All right.
Thanks to Mike, it's going to be very short. This is going to be very short because I promised Council President Conahan tonight that I wouldn't pick on him. So I have nothing left to say. Seriously, I really do want to thank the Mayor and Council for choosing me for this particular award. I know there are many deserving candidates in the past who have received the award, and many deserving candidates still to come who will receive the award. And I'm really proud to be included among all of them. I want to congratulate the previous recipients. I know so many of them, and I've worked so closely with them on various projects over the years. I'm honored to be included with them, especially Beverly Weber from our library board. Beverly and I have shared positions on the board for over 40 years now. It seems when I wasn't president, she was. When she was, I was not. Thanks to Beverly, we've got a beautiful addition to our library for hard work for so many other years. And we've even dedicated a room for her at the library because of all the tremendous work she's done. So thank you again, Beverly. It's been a pleasure to work with you for all these years.
Thank you very much.
And I do mean all these years. Are you hearing that? I also want to thank my family for all their support over the years, my wife and my daughter. It's not an understatement to say that you can't do all this without their support. And they've been there all along the way. And they put up with some of my absences cheerfully, sometimes not so cheerfully. But they're always there, and I really do appreciate your support. You hear me? I want to especially commend the mayor and council for creating this award. I've worked with hundreds of volunteers over the years, at the state, county, local level. And I was constantly impressed at how dedicated they all are. Just doing a good job, genuinely helping our community, whatever the particular organization they volunteered for. They didn't do it for personal gain. They just wanted to help. And for that they were commended. And it was a real pleasure working with them. I thoroughly enjoyed all my efforts as a volunteer, whatever area it was in. I had a lot of fun doing these things. And, spread out over 50 years, it's really not a lot. It seems like a lot. Mike and the mayor read it. But when you spread that over 50 years, it's really not all that a lot. I'm glad to be recognized for it. It may seem that I've actually gotten more out of it than I've given, which is important to me, because everybody thinks when you're a volunteer, you give up your time, you give up your work, you give up your expertise. But the truth is you get more out of it than you give. If that benefited the town, the people of the town, I'm happy about that. But I'm also happy that I got it. I would like to comment on 3 of the things that I've been involved with a little bit more. First, and because it's very personal to me and very fulfilling, was my work as an assistant softball coach. I was not the coach. Bill Coyle was that. Bill did a great job. I was glad he was the guy who had to make all the final decisions. But my daughter was on that team, and that made it especially fun. And we went through the various stages, the younger girls and then the older girls. And I particularly love softball. I've been involved in softball since my early 20s, and it was really thrilling for me to have my daughter be so involved in it. I remember standing on our front lawn and teaching her how to throw, and then teaching her how to catch, which was not as easy as throwing. Teaching her how to hit the ball. I remember we used a wiffle ball and a wiffle bat, and she became quite a good hitter, hitting many balls out of the Harris Avenue that I chased. I look back fondly on the many hours we spent together, teaching her, becoming her coach, assistant coach. And just the practices, I don't know if she appreciated the practices and enjoyed them as much as I did. I always enjoyed the practices. My wife and I attending the games, freezing cold spring nights, and then very hot weather in the summer. But it's, again, it's been more of a reward to me than it's been to the community. The Rescue Squad is an interesting story. I'll just comment briefly on it. I was about 20 years old when I decided to join the Rescue Squad. The circumstances that led up to that are more involved than I'm going to now. I saw the sign out front of the building that they needed volunteers. I said, hey, I could volunteer for that. So you go on a Rescue Squad as a 20-year-old, and you're not very mature. Most 20-year-olds are not. And you certainly don't have much experience in life and death, catastrophic incidents, life-threatening incidents, but then most adults. So I learned very quickly how to deal with all that. Unfortunately, I had tremendous people on the Rescue Squad at that time, I'm sure there still are, that just did an outstanding job. They were so professional in the way they conducted themselves when they're on calls. Don't get me wrong, we had a lot of fun down at the Rescue Squad building when we weren't answering calls. It was a great community. In those days, it was all men on squad. It was a great community, man. A lot of good times, jokes, and fun. But we went on a call with all business, and they set a great example for me. And it was through the Rescue Squad, going on calls, that became interested in the police department. I never had any interest in being a police officer. I wasn't one of these kids that grew up wanting to be a police officer. I was in college at the time studying finance, and I thought my career would be somewhere in the field of finance. Being on the Rescue Squad and seeing the police officers doing their job day in and day out. At that time, I'd still be the same. On every squad call, the police went first. They were there before us. So they were dealing with the worst of what occurred. And then we would roll up and we would take it from there. They would leave them. But just seeing what they did every day gave me a great interest in becoming a police officer. And that's what I did. I went down to the police department, took the test, got hired, and the rest is history, as they say. But that was an extremely profound impact on my life, being on the rescue squad. And I don't regret a minute of it. In fact, there was another fellow from the police department on it, and we both loved it. But we had to give it up after a couple of years because the state was implementing so many regulations that the squad members training that they had to pass that we just couldn't do that and keep our jobs as police officers. So regretfully, we gave it up. The experience was worth $1 million. The library board, that's a baby of mine. Early 1980s, maybe 1980 itself, to get exactly that. I went to the then Mayor Doty's. I was a sergeant on the police department, and I was enjoying being a sergeant, but I wanted to do a little more. So I asked him, do you have any boards or committees in town that you could use somebody on? So he says, let me look and see, and I'll go back to you. So he got back in touch with me and said, could use you on the library board. Oh, that sounds exciting. So that's B-O-A-R-D, B-O-R-D. But to my surprise, I got on the library board, and people at that time, fortunately, I think they're probably all deceased by now, they were just fantastic people. And he really had the best interests of the town in mind, the best interests of the library. And we gelled, each one of the agents. And I made a lot of good friends from that board, and stayed friends with all of them. We are fortunate to have a board now that is just totally dedicated to the well-being of the town and the library. And I see our director shaking her head. And her and I have had many conversations about this. That's not to be taken for granted. There's many towns with the library board, and the mayor and council, and the director are knocking heads all the time. Nobody's happy with the outcome. We don't have that situation. We're very supportive of mayor and council. We have a board that is just great. Many of our board members are good. It's not working together. And we have a terrific director and staff. I mean, our staff is second to none. The director has done a great job hiring really good people who really want to come to work every day, really want to work hard, really want to make the library the best it can be for their town. So that's one of the things, many things that I enjoy about being on the library board. And as I commented, I'm 42 years now. I'd like to stay for 50. We'll see how that works out. But my own personal health, and we'll see who the mayor is 7 or 8 years from now. Hopefully he or she will be appointed to the board. And finally, in closing, there's one more group I want to acknowledge and thank for all the wonderful things that they do, and that's our borough employees. They are not pillars of the community. They are the foundation of our community. Pillars rest on them. If we couldn't get anything done as volunteers, with mayor and council, or any other aspect of the job, without the work that our borough employees do. And I'm extremely grateful for all the cooperation they gave me over the years. Back when I was just a regular police officer, as chief of police, and as a retired chief, and library. There's things that just go by week after week, day after day, that without their help, we would just spin our wheels. So my thanks to them. And that's it. To all the volunteers, I see so many of you out there who have received the award already. Some who have not received the award, and certainly you are deserving of it. But day in and day out, do your job as a volunteer, little or no recognition. And that's okay. And if you don't get involved as a volunteer for recognition, it's not something, all the people I've worked with over the years, none of them were looking for recognition. All they want to do is do good. And something like this occurs to the mayor and council, and creating a word like this. It's really good. It gives you a good sense that not only was what you did appreciated, but it didn't go to waste. You did all that you could do for years and years. Contributed maybe a little bit here, a lot there. everybody's individuals. I appreciate working with them, getting to know them. I've made so many great friends over the last 50-plus years. I can't even begin to count. All these volunteers, borough workers, mayor and council, cast members, and current members. It's just been a great ride, so to speak. I really do appreciate it. And lastly, because you're last, I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. It's really nice to see such a nice turnout. I see so many friends here, fellow volunteers, but I see friends here that I had no idea they're coming. It's a real pleasure to look at the audience, see you all, see some people that really did not expect to come. Thank you for coming. I'm glad it wasn't last night. I did go down to the library last night. Believe me, it was a challenge. So it worked out fine. So thank you all for coming. Thank you again, Mayor and Council.
Hey guys, we're going to take a quick break for a couple of minutes. I know some of you guys are going to slip out, but I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize a couple of quick people. I'd like to recognize the DPW, our OEM, and our representatives from the police. I know the chief's back there. You guys did a fabulous job over the last couple of weeks. Can't thank you enough. All right, 5 minutes. What is it? The privilege of the floor.
That's my exclusive support.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. All right, guys, we're going to kick this back into gear. All right, Jim Benson, well-deserved, by the way. I think it was very nice. It was nice that Michelle Massacutis, who I have to say, her department is called nonstop for like the last week to make sure we have the things that we need and we're making progress. And it's nice to hear that because we never got calls from anybody, and especially, with the fact that as bad as we had it, North Plainfield got it a lot worse.
And Denellen.
Denellen too? Yeah. All right. So moving on, ordinance for introduction.
Ordinance 215425, bond ordinance providing various capital improvements and the acquisition of various capital equipment, appropriating $2,592,500, therefore and authorizing the issuance of $1,980,000 bonds and notes to finance a portion of the cost thereof, authorized in and by the Borough of Middlesex and the County of Middlesex, New Jersey.
I like a motion.
Motion. Second.
All right. Any discussion on this? I know.
Just want to, part of the capital budget was for paving roads.
Yes.
And one of the roads on there that we specified was South Avenue. And I would like to at least reconsider that. Do some of the local streets in town that are much worse, that actually help the homeowners that live there, instead of the guys who are going to be speeding down South Avenue doing 50 miles an hour.
We could certainly have a discussion on it, that's for sure. This is only the introduction, so we got time.
Okay.
All right, good. Anyone else? Okay, roll call, please.
Council President Conahan?
Yes.
Councilman Carnes?
Yes.
Councilman DeSenza?
Yes.
Councilman DeCino?
Yes.
Councilman Doty?
Yes.
Councilman Gray?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Adoption of minutes.
Approval of the June 17th, 2025 regular meeting minutes.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next.
Approval of the June 23rd, 2025 special meeting minutes.
I need a motion.
Second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Let's move on to the mayor's report. I got a few things here. We did the moment of silence. We talked about the trees and the flooding. Thank you, guys. I do appreciate it. They've been, Lenny, you look a little whooped up. You got a lot more to go, unfortunately. So, all right. One of the things I do need is that National Night Out is on August 19th, which just so happens to be our next council meeting. What I'd like to do, being that the National Night Out starts at 6 o'clock, is push back the council meeting to 7:30. And I would need a consensus to do that.
I'm good. We're good.
Good? Good, 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 good. All right, there you go. Thank you. All right, hometown heroes. If you guys came to the ceremony, it was very nice. Inside Middlesex was there. He put out a nice little article on it. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. I thought it was, as usual, it was well written and there's a lot of facts. We like that. All right. And I'd like to congratulate the rec department and a lot of the people that got involved. Lenny, you were there, Bobby, and the rest of the committee getting these things up and out. It was a good day. All right. I have a proclamation that I'm going to read here, all right, because it's actually going to be given out in a couple of days. But this is a proclamation for Linda Chismar, who you may notice is not here tonight, but she's retiring. Whereas Linda Chismar has been employed with the Borough of Middlesex since 1997, when she began her career in the assessor's office on April 22, 1997, where shortly thereafter, in January of 1998, she made the move to the clerk's department. And whereas in 1999, Linda was promoted to deputy clerk, where she dedicated over 20 years of outstanding service to the borough and its residents. And whereas never one to stand idly by when a job needs to be done, Linda has served the Shade Tree Commission Secretary since her appointment on January 8, 2009, where she helped numerous commission members through their terms, helping the borough keep its status as Tree City. And whereas Linda has also attained her registrar certificate in 2011 when Middlesex Borough changed health departments, and was later appointed registrar on March 1st, 2019. Whereas Linda was recognized for her numerous years of hard work and dedicated service in the clerk's office when she was appointed as municipal clerk on May 26, 2020. And whereas, remarkably, Linda has worked for 7 mayors during her tenure in the clerk's office: Mayor Dovies, Mayor D'Angelo, Mayor Furman, Mayor Scher, Mayor Demura, Mayor Madden, and Mayor Mikulajczyk. She liked me the best, by the way. And whereas Linda has dutifully and enthusiastically served Middlesex as borough clerk efficiently, effectively, and fairly, while providing the highest quality of service to the citizens of Middlesex Borough for 5 years. Now therefore, I, John Mikulajczyk, Mayor of the Borough of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, along with the Middlesex Borough Council, and on behalf of the citizens of Middlesex, wish to recognize Linda Chismar for her service to our borough and to the citizens of Middlesex Borough, and hereby set my hand and seal on the Borough of Middlesex to be affixed on this 15th day of July, 2025. Linda, we're going to miss you. Okay. All right, moving down the list. Believe it or not, today we were going to be doing sampling of water at Ambrose Brook and Victor Crowell Park. We wisely, or actually Lenny, was proactive in pushing this back because this would not be a report that's worth the paper that it would be written on. So, I don't know if you have another date yet?
I do.
Yeah, when's it coming?
What's the 19th? July?
29th or
30th.
About the 29th or 30th? Okay. All right. I do have one other thing here, is that, and I see the chief is here. The chief took the bull by the horns a little bit, and he actually had a meeting with the owners of IKEA. All right? Now, he addressed it in terms of public complaints, public concerns, and noise. And he had a very good meeting with them, and he came out, and he actually has a plan, and basically, he has the wheels in motion, coordinating with the construction department, the police department, the DPW, for them to move forward on their noise abatement plan, which they're going to have to go through the J-Love. It's a whole, but it's off ground zero, which is good. Instead of them going back and forth, we're waiting on you, we're waiting on this. Right now, it's with them. They know exactly what they have to do to move this project forward for our betterment. Chief, anything you want to add?
No, just that it was a productive meeting. The wheels are in motion. Rob Klein's reached out and told the
game plan, what they need to do to file an official application, and it's some progress.
Thank you. I appreciate you working with Michael and the rest of the guys on this to take the lead. Thank you. All right, the last thing that I have here is that you will notice on the agenda, you will see that there's an executive session item called Contract Negotiations, School Board Class 3s, blah, blah, blah. This is a little bit of a catch-all, shared services catch-all for us, because we've been going back and forth with the superintendent. We recently received a letter regarding some trees that fell down behind the soccer fields, which came as of last week's storm. We do have a number of outstanding issues, which I would like to have a formal reply to her, but, you know, the best way to do it, because it does cover a number of subjects, is to have it in an executive session so I can have the consensus of the council and we can have a proper response to her, and that's why it's there. And that is all I have. Council President?
Thank you, Mayor. I wanted to thank also Councilman Fino for the Hometown Heroes, and I know a lot of people are involved, Lenny and Melissa, but I think most of us know up here, if not all of us, that Bobby's been wanting to do this probably since day one when we got sworn in. That was something that he wanted to do. So he saw it through. I think they came out tremendous. I was away last week. I didn't see him, but I saw some great pics. So again, thank you, Bobby, Lenny, Melissa, and I know you're going to put them up, Len, I think in a week or two. So, whenever. But thanks again. I wanted to congratulate Jim Benson. I know he's gone 42 years. The 24 as president, I think, is another big accomplishment. I've been the library liaison for the last year and a half, and he does a wonderful, wonderful job. I've been on a lot of different boards and committees over the last 18, 19, 20 years. He runs a tight ship for the library board, and it's very impressive. They meet once a month. I know there's some members here now. It's a fun, good meeting to watch. I want to thank, I know the mayor did this already, all the first responders that assisted, many of our residents that are flooded out last night, today, into tomorrow. It's still going on and on, but that includes everybody. I don't want to go through the list, but obviously there's a bunch here tonight, so thank you. I know Carolyn left. I wanted to thank her. She did a great job in facilitating our capital budget. It was introduced and executed, that capital budget. She spent months and months on it, probably 3 months, working closely with Michael. All the department heads, so it came out lower than we wanted to, and it was only those necessary items. Also, many, if not all, of the high school boys baseball state championship, it's our 7th in state history, they'll be attending our next council meeting on August 19th for some special recognition per the mayor. So that'll be good. I know we're going to start later now at 7:30. So I think most of the kids will be here, if not all the kids and their parents and extended family. So that'll be nice. Thank you to our Joint Land Use Board for approving and endorsing the New Jersey Housing Element and Fair Share Plan. Yep, finally we got it done in the nick of time. I know, John, you're obviously a member of the Land Use Board, and Bobby. So thank you guys for getting that done. We had until June 30th. They got it in time. Lastly, this is it for me. I'd like to get the consensus tonight so I can authorize Chris to amend our 2022 Master Plan Reexamination Report via ordinance to reduce the previously included apartment sizes. So back in 22, 3 years ago, we expanded all the apartment sizes and basically made redevelopment utterly impossible in Middlesex. That now has to be done through the governing body. We also got a letter from the Land Use Board just a couple weeks back recommending the sizes. They actually spoke about it. You guys took time at meetings. I think it was unanimous for the vote. So those recommendations are here. I'm going to give those to Chris. If you guys agree, those apartment sizes will be reduced to what they recommended, and this is only for Lincoln Boulevard. strictly the redevelopment zone. Mayor?
Good, yeah.
Yep.
Good?
You guys? Good? All right,
Yes.
we're good.
Okay, okay, all right, Chris?
Sure thing.
Good to go?
Yep.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, Councilman Carnes.
Thank you, Mayor. For senior and disabled, July and August, senior messenger is still out. You notice the price increase is going up, so if you love Zumba, chair yoga, mindful fitness, and line dancing, the residents' prices are going to be $6, $7 for non-residents. Thank you for your participation and support, and keep going to those classes. The farmers market's coming up. Nope, I lied, it passed. I'm wrong. The Ambus Farm Petting and Zoo and Lunch is coming up July 24th at 10:30. You can get to go to Asbury Park. There's a bunch of cool stuff out here. So go look at the calendar, see if you're able to attend some of this stuff. It's amazing. Like the mayor mentioned, the Board of Ed is, let me go back up here. Thank you for sharing the emails, Mayor. I don't know if I would hear anything from my counterparts on the Board of Ed. It's the most communication I have been getting is from you in the forward emails, so thank you for that. Hopefully that will change in the future. For the Film Commission, if you check out this beautiful sheet that I left in front of you real fast, I'm going to be asking for a consensus to put this on the agenda to update our committee. The mayor sent me a Get New Jersey Ready for our community. I traveled down to Pittstown due to the state or whoever's in charge of that updating on the phone. It wasn't told that it was canceled, so I drove all the way down there. It was canceled, came back up. But the perk is I see there's 5 steps for us to be New Jersey Film Ready. 5 steps. This is one of them. Also, through our recent journey of the Film Commission and finding people to help, I decided that it would be better to, and this is where I would love your input, everyone's input, but we should put a 7-member, this is what they proposed us, for a 7-member commission. The mayor will be one of them, or the administrator, the council liaison, the chief of police for public safety, and 4 residents, with 3 serving regular and 1 alternative. Therefore, the communication, as we know, filming is booming here. They only recommend 1, but I think this will pretty much stop all miscommunication from happening, and we'll be able to do everything moving forward. As long as Mr. Porcini is cool with everything, whatever he recommends in changing the language of this, that's perfect. But the other issue I saw is the issuance of a license or a permit. We have it in Section 2 under the Film Commission that the borough clerk would offer issued license, but we also say when they go through approval that the commission would issue that permit. So we need to figure out like that as well. That language needs to get addressed. But that is it for the Film Commission.
Excuse me,
Yes,
one second. I'm just reading this real quick, but what's the difference between the first part and the second part? Because the first part says it's a 3-member commission with 1 like resident, and the other one says it's 7 members. Is that a typo?
No, we're getting rid of the 3 members.
So the top part, this goes away.
Yeah, that is the current code that is in place. That is the current writing.
Oh, so this,
Members.
all right. I didn't read it that way. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So that is for that. Yeah, it's just department. It's fine. For the art, the culture and arts, they're working on Space Fest. The Chairman Shaw is working and getting that ready for the October. Is it for this year, sir? Space Fest or next year? The Space Fest. March or April coming up next year, where it's going to be amazing. Doing great stuff with that. And also Halloween project coming up, home decoration for the beautification committee. One of the members is going to be working on that, and for the hometown banners. I really wanted to make it, but I had a very unruly 5-year-old that I wasn't going to bring anywhere with the way he was behaving, and it was absolutely gorgeous event. Thank you for everybody doing that, and it's like to my understanding, it's going to come to the culture and arts if that's how it works. Whatever works, however it's maintained, it doesn't matter to me. It's what we all want as a community. So as long as that's handled, that's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful process. So I did a consensus. Oh, and also for the film, the other part we're missing from the Film Commission is location input. So what I would like to do, instead of us going out to every business and everything, I would like to form a input take page on the film, on our already existing website. I would like to add an intake form, so if whoever is interested in having their business or facilities filmed or being interested in that, they can submit their location of what they would like to have filmed. They can submit the photos, and it's pretty much like a catalog. So when the film people who come and say, hey, what does Middlesex have to offer? We are now going to have something beautiful to open up and say, look here, people who want to film, you can come film here, or look at Joe's handwriting. It is like, so it's like, no matter whether it's a grocery store or a car, whatever the event is. So if you guys, this is really up to the community. If you think there's a good site that would be beautiful for filming for some type of movie, it's up to all of us to like put this information in. But if we have this anchored into our website, we can get it submitted and we can get our catalog of Middlesex in New Jersey film ready. Is there any?
I like it. I'm here. I like it.
So we can get that put on the website, so I'll work with
Frankie.
Mr. Real
Yeah.
There he is, he's back there.
He's hiding back there.
Hiding back there, you're a little far back there. Where am I going? But that is, my ADHD just went. What was I talking about?
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. No,
There you go.
That's good.
All right, Joe.
Yes, the Recreation Committee meeting was canceled last night due to a little bit of rain. But they have a couple of things coming up. Movie in the Park, Airbud, will be shown on August the 7th. Happy Campers sessions are full. Summer Playground is moving along. We have 90 registered. Trip to Turtleback Zoo and Sunset Lake Beach Club is scheduled. And they're getting there. Pool. We're happy to announce that the mural program is moving forward. Thank you to a very generous donation from the Bridgewater Home Depot. They're donating about 23 gallons of paint. We hope to pick it up today, but I guess with the weather last night, they were very short-staffed and could not do the color matching and all they had to do. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be picking it up. The pool is open and doing well. Membership is close to last year. They're within 20 of last year's membership. Considering the cold start they had, maybe we'll be picking up now that we have the hot weather coming in. We'll pick up a few more memberships. I want to give a special thanks to my best buddy, Mr. Frank Ryan, for introducing me to the manager of the Home Depot to get the donation. So Frank was very, very helpful in doing that. And that's all I have.
All right, thanks. Bobby?
First off, I want to mention one of the guys that I worked with for many years on the DPW passed away, I guess it's a week and a half ago, Bob Eccles. He had a lot of fun with Bob, and he would be surely missed. A lot of the stuff that I was going to bring up tonight was already spoken for, that's fine. July 3rd, Storm Public Works had cut up and removed trees from 13 roads and park to park. Spent 2 weeks cleaning up the branches and trees within the borough. The main thing is a lot of the shade trees were damaged, and that's an issue that we have to take care of without waiting for a shade tree to go look at these trees. They're important and they're hazardous, so we're going to move forward with that. There's money in the shade tree, and we're going to use it to take care of these trees. So, this morning I was with Lenny for 4 hours. I only worked half a day today with him. He let me leave at 10.
Should have retired.
But I want to really actually thank the chief also, because his reports that kept us active and where we were last night was really helpful. I mean, it kept me involved with it. So, like, there were like many roads, South Ave, Shepherd Ave, Route 28, Cap Lane, all the number streets, 1st through 7th, Cindy, Lee, South Lincoln, Warrenville, Vanessa. Lenny made a decision today to cancel garbage until Friday because we don't know what tomorrow's. A lot of people ask why not tomorrow, but we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring in. We're still flooding, and it's better Friday. I think we can use this guys tomorrow to do what needs to be done. We spoke at the Hometown Heroes. It was great. About 50 people showed up. It was really, the banners came out amazing. I mean, on paper, when we looked on the computer when we were doing this, I don't know, but I love them. They're perfect. Like he said, he was supposed to have it today, but we're going to wait till next week because this week is crazy. About the recycle cart, bins, cart, whatever you want to call them. A lot of multifamilies didn't get all their barrels. So we kept the list, we have the list, and within the next week or so they'll be here prior to our first pickup. Another issue we had was some of the disabled vets, because we had the list from the tax office. Some of the 100% disabled, they weren't on the list, so the guys didn't deliver cans there. We figured that out, and they have a list also. They will also be delivered, so that's all on track. For the environmental green team, just needs one more priority action by July 31st to be certified as substantial New Jersey. We need to get that done. Lenny's working on a sticker, which that will put us over, I think. The Environmental Commission is also asking to be added to the emergency contact list for any environmental issues in town. I don't know whether that goes through OEM, police, fire, or the county, but they would like to be on that list. Chief, I don't know who I would go through. I don't know. I'll ask your opinion. I can talk to you later about it. Some of the members would like to be involved. Pardon? We can discuss it. Yeah, okay.
It would usually be by statute, isn't it, and be a requirement of the town to be included on someone's emergency contingency plan? Because that's usually what makes the calls. I mean, because it's usually not you making the call or Lenny. It's usually the business would have to go down the list.
Yeah, we have our own emergency action plan.
Yeah. But not just for everything. It's an environmental issue. Not just for like storm, ditch damage, right? But we'll talk about it, Chief.
We have an emergency list. Usually that's like DEP, has, and then they make notifications from there. So maybe it's already being done, or maybe we need to sharpen that one.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. What else? The Environmental Commission had a workshop on June 21st where they made rain barrels, 10 barrels of Maple Residence. They have a program on October 4th at 2 p.m. for invasive species. We would like the mayor and council, maybe some of us, to get involved because the attendance is low on these things. So the more we have, the more we can keep offering. So, as far as J-Love, Mike mentioned the square footage of the other ones. They also, on June 18th, we adopted the 4th round affordable housing obligation, which was prepared by the planner Paul Rickey. This plan is up for approval by resolution tonight. So that's it. The July 9th meeting was also canceled. The next meeting is August 13th. We will have 3 applications.
Quick question there for Bobby and Lenny. When are we starting recycling with the big, do we have a date yet? With the new barrels? Okay. August 1st.
So what happens is the 31st happens to be a Thursday, so they'll use the old container, and then Friday people will use the new containers. In order to change it, I think it's just going to be a nightmare, so we're just going to deal with it. And however, we'll deal with it that first week.
You're going to put that on the Borough website?
It had them all on the papers. Everyone that got the papers. This is your first pickup and all that stuff.
Okay.
It's on the website already too. That same pamphlet that's handed out that's been on the website. I've been sharing it on Facebook as well.
Good. It says your first pickup and all this stuff.
Okay.
Hey, Bobby, for the Environmental Commission, you know, they were talking about the invasive species thing. I know that Lenny's looking in August to do some bamboo removal. It might not be a bad idea for you guys, the environmental guys, to go down there and see or have a little program around that, because that's a good example of what happens if you let this stuff go unchecked. I'm just throwing it out there. You might want to coordinate it, but I mean, if you're looking for a visual aid, it doesn't get much more visual than that mess.
Yeah. Just let Bobby know. I'll coordinate with
her. I speak, I'm usually with them on either Monday or Tuesday. I spend a few hours with them, so we'll work it out.
Good idea.
That's all I got.
That's it?
Yeah.
Mr. Doty.
Yes, sir. I have the fire report for last month, June. 45 calls for them. There was 4 motor vehicle accidents with no injuries, 4 with. There was 1 mulch fire, and there was 1 building fire. The chief sent over a couple of highlights. June 1st, the Middlesex Elks is located at 545 Balmerick Road. They had a carbon monoxide sounding. The police department arrived. They went through and detected over 100 parts per million carbon monoxide. PSC injuries was requested to the scene to assist. They wound up finding a stove on the first floor that was leaking, and it was secured, and they aerated the place, and everything is fine. Then PSE&G recommended and made the necessary repairs. There was, on the 12th of June, there was multiple 911 callers reported a structure fire at 700 Mountain Avenue after hearing an explosion. While responding to the scene, Deputy Chief Sean Young requested a second alarm be dispatched due to the very large column of black smoke visible from Decatur/Delaware Avenue. He arrived and confirmed fire in a 2.5-story single-family home and established a command. They did multiple 1 3/4 hand lines were placed in service to knock down a heavy volume exterior fire in the rear of the building. Interior fire located on all floors and cool down the exposure building to the rear of the home. The fire was placed under control at 2:15 in the morning. They remained there till 7 to ensure that there was no hot spots. They also responded on June 12th at 6:30 in the evening. They went over to Piscataway Township and covered for them for just under 2 hours because they were on another call. So there's mutual aid that we have with Piscataway also locally is very good also, so that's good for us. 24th, the tenant at 494 Harris Avenue reported there was an active fire in her oven. They arrived, there was a fire in it, the natural gas and power were secured to the oven and the home was ventilated. So it was put out because they left it closed, they put it out and everything is fine. On June 16th, this is a big one, and I know I got caught in this traffic. They escorted the high school baseball team into town. And I got caught out on Route 28, and it was a parade and a half. So that's the fire report. I also have the court report for last month. 334 tickets. This was a 16% increase from last month. We are at the half-year mark, which in comparison is a 38% decrease from last year's tickets issued at this time, it says. There's 17 parking violations, 317 moving violations, and 20 DUIs. Summer is kicking in. 5 criminal complaints. There was 4 court sessions, 1 in person, 3 virtual, 284 defendants, 320 cases deposed this month, 9 DWIs deposed. Total monies collected were $31,130.87, and the borough's portion is $14,329. And I would have had the police report, but they changed some approval process, and it got hung up. I saw those emails. So I just got that today, I believe. So that'll be next meeting, unfortunately. I have one more thing. You sent over the rescue squad to me to have a conversation, because I know they contacted you, Mayor. They are considering some type of a hybrid mechanism where they're going to pay some people to get the coverage, because the leadership over there is feeling, they understand they're not covering like they should. So they're going to do what the towns around us are doing and do a hybrid where they pay EMS people if they have to, and they're exploring it. It's like it was just a conversation, and that's what it was about. And personally, I think it's a great thing.
Are they going to start doing soft billing? I would imagine.
Potentially, yes. It's just in the talk stages.
Early on.
Yes, so they got to figure out what they want to do and what they can afford naturally also. Because, he inquired about us, and I said, there's no way you're getting it past Caroline or the administrator, us paying for stuff right now, because it's been really rough. So, I said, in the future, you never know. If we fall into money somehow, which I doubt very much, because nobody's throwing it our way, but they're trying to do something to get their percentages up, because we had a conversation about that, and he was right on the head where it's at, what I think it is, and I'm sure you can confirm it if I asked you. They would like it where, when it's called, a Middlesex Rescue Squad rig pulls up. That's what they're trying to do.
Well,
Okay.
you were the right, I figured you were the right way to
Yes.
get it going.
So we're actually having a conversation, which is good, something that
Hasn't happened.
old leadership hasn't even thought about doing, and I know Bound Brook does it, you know, there's other towns doing that, just so they have coverage for their town, so hopefully it works out to something good.
Okay.
So I figured I'd give you an update, that's all I have.
Thank you. All right. Mr. Griggs.
Yes. Again, the hometown hero banners, everything I've seen and heard, positive, so great job, Bobby and everyone else involved. Appreciate the hard work on that. The Shade Tree Commission update, I had a few people that have requested to have trees looked at and referred them to the commission. They've gotten out and looked at things, so they seem to be on the ball. That's a good thing. They meet the second Thursday of the month at 7 o'clock in this room, if anybody's interested in attending their meetings. Board of Health update. I usually don't get complaints, but the last couple of weeks I've heard a couple of complaints about businesses in town, and referred them to Bob and actually Steve Ember, and they've gotten the places checked out to see what was going on and stuff and giving me updates. So I was happy to hear that they're actually handling that and getting things followed up on. They meet on the third Thursday of the month at 6:30 in the community room at the library, which is actually this Thursday, if anybody's interested in attending. Last thing I have is an update from the construction office, a half-year update. They have had new permits this year at 296, updates 44, and 5 new buildings, 7 additions, 317 of them were alterations, and 5 were demolitions. The total fees collected for the year so far are $149,074.
Wow.
Thank you.
Is that it?
That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Administrator Laplace.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. I want to personally thank DPW, the Police Department, Fire, OEM, and Recreation for all their efforts to assist residents impacted by storm conditions and damage over the past 2 weeks. I am really proud of the entire Middlesex Borough team. The consultant for the Victor Crowd Park Master Plan is working to incorporate comments received at the spring public session into the evolving concept plan. Staff will be meeting with the consultant this summer to work on that plan and to prepare it for public presentations and discussions after Labor Day. We are also working with our consultant to prepare a preliminary assessment report, which is a requirement for the $76,000 Green Acres grant that was awarded to the borough for Victor Crowd Park. New Jersey Department of New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection has granted Middlesex an extension of time to submit this report. We had to request some additional time to work on the report. Work is well underway, as you probably all know, on the improvements to Mountain View Park, including a new restroom facility and new and updated playground equipment. Public Works has also been very busy with annual summer cleanup and maintenance projects involving every park and recreational location in Middlesex. Speaking of parks and activities, there is a lot going on with recreation and senior services. For seniors, we're hosting a karaoke ice cream social on Thursday, July 17th at 1:30 p.m. And the new Middlesex ukulele class has sparked quite a bit of interest. Some of the ukulele players are learning for the first time, and some have their own instruments. They are hoping to be ready to perform for the toddler playgroup by the end of the fall. That should be fun to see. As for recreation, summer sessions of yoga and line dancing have started. Please check our website for the schedule, and walk-ins are always welcome. We're also excited to share that both Summer Playground and the Happy Campers are off to a fantastic start. A lot of enthusiastic feedback has been coming in from parents. Soccer registration is also open now, and recreation will take live registrations, in-person registrations for soccer at our movie on the park, which was already mentioned, which will take place on August 7th. Candidate interviews for the full-time zoning and code enforcement director position have been completed. The interview committee will report its findings this evening to the full council in executive session. Chief Financial Officer Benson and I met yesterday with fire department and fire equipment representatives to discuss financing strategies for a new fire truck which is part of the 2025 capital plan. Resolutions this evening include authorization to submit a grant application to the New Jersey Department of Transportation for improvements of Mountain Avenue, Mulberry Lane, and Cedar Avenue. Endorsement of the Housing and Fair Share Plan adopted by the Middlesex Joint Land Use Board. Approval of the Memorandum of Agreement reached with USWU Local 255, which is the DPW employee contracts, and approval for hiring in the Police Department, Public Works, and the Clerk's Office. There is no agenda workshop this evening. In an executive session, the council will be discussing litigation involving New Jersey American Water, contract negotiations with the school board regarding Class 3 officers, and a personnel matter, which is the recruitment of the full-time zoning and code enforcement director. That's my report.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'd like a motion to open up for the privilege of the floor.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, anyone wishing to speak, come on up. John, I don't want to hear about your ukulele set. No Tiny Tim.
Oh, Jack. Look at it, now he's coming up.
John Madden, 39 Ramsey Road. Yeah, you need Tiny Tim on that one.
Yeah.
So,
He's been gone 20 years, John.
I want to acknowledge and honor Chief Benson. It was so well deserved, and it was such a heartfelt speech. Last night, I got to tell you, I am on the I am responding site. I'm stunned by the number of water rescues, and thank God there weren't any fatalities. But the storm was so bad, even we got a little bit of water for the first time in our basement. But I want to thank all the first responders, police, OEM, fire, with the depleted staff that the fire department has. I don't know how the heck they got all these calls, and it's just astounding. So, and I thank the council for the issues about the master plan, because we needed that affordable housing. We were sweating that thing out, and we got that passed. So we coordinated with you guys, so I'm pleased about that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, John.
Dave Polakevich, 240 Hazelwood. Just had one question about, Mr. Doty had mentioned about rescue squad. Now, with the EMS, when they don't have coverage, they're looking at ways that they're going to pay the EMS?
Yes.
And how is that going to
I have no idea. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Boundbrook charges for a ride. You know, it's a cut rate, would it, you know.
So the resident
would pay, yeah. Instead of paying Robert Wood Johnson or, you know, whomever, and it's $1,400–1,500 to get an ambulance. I think, from what I heard, and Chief, you may know a little better, Boundbrook does, I think it's $1,000 for a ride or something, but it's less than what the hospitals are charging. And it helps keep them afloat, I believe.
Oh, so basically the rescue squad was sort of subsidized, but the resident would still pay something.
Yes.
They typically bill insurance.
Yeah, whatever the insurance company usually pays is, I think, what they
Yeah,
charge.
Is there a name for it?
Yeah, they need to do something because we don't have the coverage, and they're like, the residents expect us to show up, you know, we're here.
Right, well, I was just kind of surprised that the audience had mentioned about they were looking at the EMS, because I know my mother 15 years ago had a fall. We called 911 and they brought EMS in. This was 15 years ago. It was like $600 for an ambulance, for a 5-minute ambulance.
Yeah.
So I can imagine what it must cost.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're basically, so they're looking at ways to get enough, generate enough money to subsidize it.
Yes.
So it would be less than it would be.
Yeah, you know, it could be per diem rates, you know, where they come in part-time.
It's early days. I mean,
Yeah.
that thing just came in about a week
Literally
ago.
2 days ago, and I just had the conversation last night when it was pouring on the way home with the gentleman.
Like I said, it was $600.
Yeah,
years
yeah.
ago. I can imagine what it is now.
Yeah, but I believe what they're trying to do is mirror like what other towns are doing and not grab the full amount, but they got to do something to support themselves.
Okay, all right, thanks very much.
All right.
Anybody else? Last chance. All right, motion to close?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. All right, Kelsey.
Resolution 195, 2025, authorizing the refund of second quarter taxes to Block 110, Lot 4. Resolution 196, 2025, approval to submit a grant application and execute a grant contract with the New Jersey Department of Transportation for the Mountain Ave, Mulberry Lane, and Cedar Ave Improvements Project. Resolution 197, 2025, accepting the resignation of William Hughes as a crossing guard for the police department effective immediately. Resolution 198, 2025, resolution of the Council of the Borough of Middlesex endorsing the housing element and fair share plan adopted by the Middlesex Joint Land Use Board. Resolution 199, 2025 sewer billing waived appeals for various properties. Resolution 200, 2025, approving the memorandum of agreement reached with the USWU Local 255. Resolution 201, 2025, acceptance of standing reports. Resolution 202, 2025, refund of second quarter taxes, 2025, for Block 5, Lot 802. Resolution 203, 2025, approving a person-to-person transfer of plenary retail distribution license number 1211-44-005, Rico Liquors, Inc., to John Potty, Inc. Resolution 204, 2025, authorizing the tax collector to waive 2025 sewer billing appeals for various properties. Resolution 205, 2025, approval to advance police officer Joshua Pham to police officer class G at an annual salary of $76,810, effective July 27, 2025. Resolution 206, 2025, hiring of Lauren Frizzoli of Middlesex, New Jersey as the administrative assistant for the clerk's office at an annual salary of $50,000, effective September 2nd, 2025, pending a satisfactory physical and background check. Resolution 207, 2025, hiring Louis Camarillo of New Brunswick, New Jersey as permanent part-time sanitation employee in the Department of Public Works, effective July 16th, 2025. Resolution 208, 2025, hiring Mark Melchior III of Middlesex, New Jersey as permanent part-time employee in the Department of Public Works, effective July 16th, 2025. Resolution 209, 2025, approving the reappropriation of HUD funds. Resolution 210, 2025, approving the proposal from Collier's Engineering and Design in an amount not to exceed $7,800 for professional engineering consulting services for the NJBPU Community Energy Plan. Resolution 211, 2025, terminating the borough's contract with Acela, Inc. for legislative management, agenda, and minutes software effective September 30th, 2025.
Okay, do I need to pull any of these?
Yes, 6, 13, and 14.
13, 14, and 6. Okay,
Obvious reason.
obvious reasons.
What number is it?
209 is 15. No,
No, 15.
15.
15 also?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, can I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Second. All right, everything except the ones that were pulled. Any discussion on these? Okay, call the roll.
Council President Conahan.
Yes.
Councilman Carn.
Yes.
Councilman DeSenza.
Yes.
Councilman DeCino.
Yes.
Councilman Doty.
Yes.
Councilman Griggs.
Yes.
Okay, guys, can we do the three together? All right, so we're going to do Resolution 200, 207, and 208, 2025. I need a motion for those three.
Motion.
And a second. All right, we know why.
Yes.
Can we have the roll call, please?
Council President Conahan.
Yes.
Councilman Carn.
Yes.
Councilman DeSenza.
Yes.
Councilman DeCino.
Yes.
Councilman Doty.
Recuse.
Councilman Griggs.
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right, Resolution 209. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second? Okay.
Remind.
Oh, yes, Mayor. I mean, I was just a little curious because on this resolution it goes, whereas the borough does not have a current project in need of ADA improvements. I know we've talked about this very room. So this is $37,000 of ADA compliancy. I just didn't understand. I want it to go where it needs to go. I'm sure there's plenty of conversations that happen, but ADA money, I just wasn't.
So Jerry, I can help with that. I saw
I
that.
just read this. I apologize.
No, I called Carolyn today.
Okay.
So just today, because I saw the same thing, I asked her about it. Two things. I asked about using those funds, so we're not going to get any new HUD funds until we use the old HUD funds, because we're banking all these old HUD funds. So then I said, why can't we use it on the roof here? The courtroom roof, which most people know is
Bad.
really bad. She said, we can't use it in this building, the funds. That's why we're not able to do the ADA, the roof, nothing. So there's got to be certain parameters, which I'm not aware of, but there's certain parameters for the HUD funds, and we can't use them at Borough Hall. Yeah.
But we can use it on other borough properties?
Yeah, within a certain vicinity if they meet certain guidelines. So I'm assuming the library meets most of the guidelines.
And the rec center.
The rec center we've done as well. We did the
Yep.
bathrooms there.
Well, I mean, this was meant for the rec center and the senior center, which is our senior center. And since we're not going anywhere, I didn't know if there's any more. I'm out of that loop, so I wasn't too sure what conversation took place with that.
Yeah, I'm not on HUD, Chair. I don't, that's discussed at the HUD meeting, but I did ask her today just because I was curious, and I just asked her about the roof here. She said we can't use it in Borough Hall.
Right, but you have to reassign it, even if you move it later, which is why they're
Yeah.
doing this
And she said
reappropriation.
we're gonna, we're not gonna be able to get any more HUD funds because we have so much that we haven't used. Now, they're not big amounts, they're small amounts, but we're not using them. They're not gonna give us new ones.
Right. But
Whereas within a certain vicinity, I don't know what the radius is. I think it's somewhere on Mountain Avenue, where the library qualifies, the rec center qualifies. We have to be careful with the rec center. We don't own it.
Right.
That's the other thing.
Yeah, we
But-
spent money on the bathroom and
Yeah.
upgraded all of that.
We did.
before.
Right.
And we don't even own it.
See, the thing with the reappropriation is that if you don't have it appropriated, then it disappears entirely. If you reappropriate it, it leaves it as an option to be used down the road in the future. The thing that really came out of it was, if I have this right, is that the way we had it appropriated was a non-conforming use, which meant that we could not use the money for that, which meant you would have lost it. So you had to reappropriate it. So you basically took it from one thing, you put it in something else. It's a holder. It's a placeholder, so you don't lose it.
But I asked about Borough Hall, and the answer was no.
Yeah.
I'd ask the same thing.
Yep.
You did. Yeah. I was eyeing up the roof. I didn't even think about this for
Yeah.
the
Was
ramp.
there like a policy or anything that referred to the no that we can look at from them, or no?
No, I mean, she just said that we can't use it in Borough
We
Hall.
did have a meeting a couple of months ago.
I mean, you could ask Carolyn about it. I mean, that's why it's basically
over
pushed
it.
and
Yeah.
reappropriated.
Okay. Were you there? Are you HUD, Joe? You are. Okay.
Anything else,
Are
Jeremiah?
there
Are you
any
good?
more? Are there going to be any more funds like this? Because this is just 21, 23. And when I was thinking about it, I wasn't going to say anything at first. I was trying to understand it. That's why I was meaning like I didn't read it. I didn't read into it this way. But rereading it, I just wanted to make sure that we wouldn't get marked down as a group because we do have ADA projects that we could comply. But if I'm hearing correct, I don't think we would have
They
to
have
worry
to,
about that.
there's a very specific window that they got to fit in.
Okay.
And so, for
Roof
instance,
doesn't qualify for ADA.
we can't use it at
Well, I'm talking about ramp, like when we
the
have
borough
councilman reps
garage.
here, stuff like that.
Yeah,
yeah. But we
Yeah.
can't use it at like the borough garage. It's not in the.
It's gotta be for
Yeah.
seniors.
When I was first on council, I know Cook Field qualifies for HUD funds,
Yeah.
believe it or not.
Well, they did.
Cook Field, yeah. But we never use it there, but I don't think there's anything ADA there. But
No.
it qualifies, Cook Field.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything
That's,
else?
No, that's it.
No question.
I'm a little confused on this, so I'm just going to abstain from it.
Okay.
I'll get a better understanding, but that's it.
That's fine. Anybody else? All right. Call it.
Council President Conahan?
Yes.
Councilman Carn?
Abstain.
Councilman DeCino?
Yes.
Councilman DeSenza?
Yes.
Councilman Doty?
Yes.
Councilman Griggs?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So that takes us through that. The non-consent agenda,
Resolution.
Motion. I'm sorry.
That was me, I jumped
A
ahead.
motion?
no, she got to read it first.
Yes, you got to read it.
Resolution 212, 2025, payroll claim.
Motion.
Do I have a motion?
Second.
All right. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Council President Conahan?
Yes.
Councilman Carn?
Yes.
Councilman DeSenza?
Yes.
Councilman DeCino?
Yes.
Councilman Doty?
Yes.
Councilman Griggs?
Yes.
Okay, we have no workshop. There go no privilege of the floor for the workshop. We do have an executive session. Read the resolution for the executive session.
Resolution 213, 2025, executive session.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second. Call the roll.
Council President Conahan?
Yes.
Councilman Carn?
Yes.
Councilman DeSenza? Councilman DeCino?
No answer to that.
Councilman Doty?
Yes.
Councilman Griggs?